Bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-da-da-ba-bum bum ba-da-da-dum. Welcome to another movie review from Crazy Cowlix. We just got back from seeing Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And boys, I couldn't be happier with the final result, the final product. It was such a mind-blowing movie. And in my opinion, not the best Star Wars movie, but very, very good. It lived above my expectations. Guys, what did you guys like about the film?
Everything. I liked everything. I liked how everything looked. I loved the beautiful blending of practical and CGI. Loved the music. Loved the cinematography. Gareth Edwards.
He is the man. But I want to pick up what he said. Oh my god, the effects. What the hell? It looked great. The soundtrack. Everything mixed so well. When it would get silent, music would pick up and it would match the scene perfectly. And it blew my fucking mind.
Very beautifully put together. This is the first, for those of you who don't know, this is the first ever Star Wars movie that has to do, well, I wouldn't say, it's the first Star Wars movie outside the main, it's still part of the main storyline, but it's the first side story, and, you know, hopefully many more to come after this, because...
Oh yeah. This movie's breaking records, and it's going to break records quick.
So... the new lead in this is a female by the name of Jin. Was it
Urso?
Jin Ursa, which I think is kind of funny. How with all these new Star Wars movies, they've been borrowing from the expanded universe.
What was the dad's name? Galen?
Galen, which was
Like
Star Killer's
Starkiller.
actual name. His name is
Galen
Galen
Merrick.
Merrick
Really?
in The Force
Yep.
Unleashed.
Yeah.
So they do borrow a lot of
Holy
elements.
shit.
If you guys know about the Dark Forces series, also known as the Jedi Knight series, Kyle Katarn was the original guy who stole the Death Star plans, and his partner in crime's name was Jan Ors. So you can see the two names are very similar.
Oh.
Yeah. So once again, another
That's
strong female lead. Another
beautiful.
heartbreaking backstory. And this whole movie's about stealing the Death Star plans, and kind of like it gives you like, for years there was this big plot hole of why the hell would the Empire have this like big flaw in the plans, and this movie answers it all for you.
It makes a very good story for it. It ties it all together. Now they're like, all right.
And, can I say that this is probably, if not arguably, the darkest Star Wars movie
It definitely
that
is.
we've ever
For sure.
seen or will ever going to see in
Beats
our
the shit
entire
out of
lives.
episode 3, that's for sure.
Yeah,
In
well,
darkness and in feels.
that's true. And that movie tried to be dark and
Yeah,
pretty
well-
good, but not my favorite.
Hayden
This one just
Christensen
fucks
couldn't be
you
dark
up.
if he tried.
It fucks you up.
It does. It's going to make you feel. It's going to make you cry.
It's gonna make you squeal in joy too.
Yes.
Because
like,
it made me tear, laugh.
The feels. many feels.
Not even just the feels. The tears came from excitement, like just being extremely happy how things work together, and just all the throwbacks, all the references.
Yeah,
it
there's
made
lots
me
of them.
so happy. This is what I grew up with. Yes.
Lots of cameos.
Yes.
Lots of cameos from episode 4. And if you're a Star Wars fan, obviously you're watching this, you're gonna love the cameos that are in this movie. It's ridiculous how many things pop up on screen. You're like, oh, I'm sitting there. I was going.
They're so subtle too. Like they'll
Yeah.
throw them at you real
Boom,
quick.
that's it.
And
And
yeah. If you don't know Star Wars very well, and you don't, you'll miss it. You'll miss it real quick because they just fly by.
If you're not paying attention, it's going to go right over your head, and there will be no room to catch it.
I was fangirling. I was going
Oh, yeah.
mad. I was like, man, oh my
Yeah,
god,
we were
did you
sitting
see
next to
that?
each other. We're like,
Did you see that?
I could hear them over the movie next to me just going, oh!
And the weird thing about this is, like, when I saw Force Awakens last year, the crowd was pretty pumped, but I feel like the crowd, the energy, like, in the theater, was, like, it was a lot more energy this time
yeah, a lot of
around. Like,
people.
everyone were
Yeah.
more excited.
And nobody spoiled anything for me this time.
Yeah, no one's talking about Ninja Darth Vader.
Oh man, this is the part where Ninja Darth Vader kills Han Solo. Thanks!
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers for episode 7. Whoops.
I mean, if you
no.
haven't seen it by now, just...
Oh no. Sorry.
Sorry. What?
Nothing. But yeah, like I said, not my favorite Star Wars film. Some people are saying this is probably one of the best ones. I can argue against that.
I wouldn't say the
Very
best, but-
good, very dark tone. At certain points when they're telling the backstory, I'm not emotionally invested in these characters just yet. So at certain points, I'm sitting there like, it's really dark. I'm getting sleepy again. I'm like, oh, okay.
Some parts do drag on.
Yeah, they
a
do
bit.
drag on, but no film is ever perfect.
Yeah, I
And-
feel like the film could have benefited a little bit more from all of that build up and that backstory for some characters if they did it a little bit later in the film, because then it would be, you would feel a little bit more invested in it, because it kind of happens like right then and there. Like,
yeah, you group them all together, one scene after the other.
Yeah.
I guess a little bit, yeah.
But in all honesty, I fucking loved it. I mean, like I said, it's not my favorite Star Wars film, but I honestly feel that it was a lot more impactful to me than Episode 7 was. I'm not saying Episode 7's a bad flick or anything. It's just, it hit me harder. Not to say that things in Episode 7 didn't hit me very hard, which they did, but this film, it's fucking Saving Private Star Wars, man. There's war, there's loss.
The war scenes.
Yeah.
That battle was...
Every battle.
The first film that actually lives up to the name Star Wars. Not about the Skywalker family. Literally about the rebels trying to get their footing and trying to defeat this supermassive weapon we all know as the Death Star. But in this, you know, they're all oblivious to what the hell is this big space station moon. That's no moon.
It's kind of like a Battlefront game brought to life.
Yeah, pretty much.
It really is.
I mean, the tech, the everything, the armor, like, oh man, geeking out. I geeked out.
But moving back to the cameos and little subtle moments, this is a little spoiler. Not going to spoil. I know in our Godzilla review we spoiled a lot, but it's this is Star Wars, so we're going to be respectful and keep it to a minimum.
Families.
Not my favorite cameo, but the one I will speak of is Bail Organa returns to this movie. He. Oh my god, like, they use the same actor they used in Episode 3.
Man.
And, you know, going into this movie, I was like, is Bale gonna... Bale kind of has to be in this movie. Like, he kind of has to be in this movie. So I'm waiting. Oh my god, there's Bail Organa. Boom. Talk about Alderaan. Talk about everything else.
Don't go there, man. Don't do it.
Talking about something that made me really happy, but I guess we shouldn't discuss that, huh?
What was it? Is it part of the ending?
No. I'm talking about what Bail Organa said.
Oh, no, go ahead, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god, this motherfucker mentioned Obi-Wan.
Subtly.
Didn't even say his name.
Your Jedi friend.
Yeah,
They mentioned the Clone Wars and how good of a friend this certain Jedi, we all know who it is, who this certain Jedi is, and that he trusts him with his life, and that's where, you know, he's gonna go pretty much notify Obi-Wan.
Like, dude, we gotta get our shit together. We got some shit coming out right now.
This movie is close. It is very, very close. Like, to Episode 4.
Yeah, I mean, and rightfully so. It is a prequel to Episode 4, and there's just as much, if not more, on the line in this than there is in Episode 4, except there's a big difference in the ending, which I won't spoil.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Shit gets real, that's all we're gonna say.
It gets real.
Shit gets too
And the
real.
tears will flow like the blood.
So I highly recommend you guys, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, go check it out. If you like dark, gritty war movies, this is perfect for you, especially if you like sci-fi and space, or if you're just trying to get into Star Wars, it's the perfect starting point, because you give it a start here, then go right to Episode 4. You don't need to worry about the prequels, you can just disregard those.
Yeah.
To me, the mystery is always more flattering when it comes to that.
Oh, yeah.
And before we get out of here, I'm going to say, the last, 10, 15, and especially 5, the last, the closing scenes of this movie gave me the biggest Star Wars boner I've ever gotten. Ever, even more so than Force Awakens. I was like, holy shit, this is, I wish, and, me being a Star Wars fan, I wish the entire movie could be the pacing that the end was. The build-up it's worth it. The payoff is great. There's one of the best payoffs I've ever seen in a movie, and that's a biased statement because I'm just a Star Wars fan, but one of the best payoffs I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so much worth it. If you think some parts are boring, wait till the very end, you're gonna be like, holy shit, and you're gonna well, excuse me, guys. The credits are gonna roll, and your jaw's gonna be like,
oh yeah, mine was.
I had to sit in my seat for a good a minute or two. I was just like,
he was a little petrified.
I was sitting there like, holy shit! This is a Star Wars movie, but
a Star Wars story.
I'd say not perfect. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Damn near perfect, maybe 4.5 out of 5.
4.5.
I give it 8.5 lightsabers out of 10 lightsabers. Yeah, boys knows.
I will have to agree with Joe on a 4.5. And there's no cutaways when shit gets good.
Nope.
Thank you, Gareth.
All right, so any closing statements before we get out of here, boys? Miles, you
Miles
don't really
hasn't-
say anything. What's the matter? You shy?
No, not at all.
He's just chilling, man. Miles.
Dude, everything about the movie is great, though.
They're your final words right there. Yeah. Miles said it. You got to see it.
Go
now.
see Rogue One: A Star Wars Story in
See it
theaters
now.
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 We'll see you
in
later.
2017.
Yeah, well, we will because
Yeah, we
this
will.
is probably one of our last videos,
Of
if not the
2016
last
ever.
video of 2016. We're not sure yet.
Yeah.
There's still a couple
We'll
of
see.
we still have a couple of projects coming out, but you know, my computer is completely crapped out, so I don't know if those are going to see the light of day anytime soon.
But anyway.
But stay tuned
anyway.
for more content from Crazy Cowlix.
Crazy Cowlix!
We love
And
you.
may the force